First of all, I just want to say thank you all for coming out here. Seeing you all means more to me. March 27th, the federal government passed a bill called the CARES Act. And in that bill, they allotted $8 billion to tribes to help their nation and their citizens for COVID relief, for COVID-19 relief. And so when I heard that, I thought, for once, the Creeks have a chance. Their government has a chance to help us all and they have a chance to relieve us because we need it. We've all been in quarantine. We've lost our jobs. The high rise of cost of goods, even from meat to eggs to milk. You've all been there. I just went and bought a pound of meat the other day, and it was about $9 for 1 pound. I have a family of 5. How much do you think we're gonna get to eat? You know? The thing is about it, we've all been affected, and we've all suffered in some way, somehow, lost loved ones, we've been sick, we've missed work, all that. And yet, they had a chance to provide us with some relief and some, to keep us safe and to show empathy towards us for what we may be going through. And yet, they chose to pump all of the money into the casinos, to lost wages that we paid our workers while we were out, and allotted us $60 million, in which 24,000 citizens will receive $1,500 if they qualify, and the other 60,000 are allotted $150 each if they qualify. Out of $282.2 million, that's like throwing us all $1 and saying good luck. That's why I'm here. I'm here for you all to say we are not going to be quiet any longer. We are not going to sit here and let you treat us unjustly any longer. You have oppressed us for long enough, and we are all watching. The world is watching, and we are not going to stand by and let you do this to us any longer. Like I told the news press earlier, we are not the citizens from the past. We are the citizens of now, and we will not be silent any longer.
Where's the second chief? Where's the council? If they want to hear what we had to say, why ain't they out here? They don't want to hear what we had to say. They want to hear what we had to say when they want to get voted in. And that's where it stops. I don't know about everybody else, but $150 will not pay my rent. My rent is $600. My electric bill is $150. If I can go to Walmart and spend $150, I can't get very much groceries. A roll of hamburger right now is $50. When they made out this budget deal, the meeting was supposed to have been on the 20th. Somehow or another, they held it on the 11th. What's that about? We wasn't invited. We wasn't invited to put our input on the budget, but they made it out for us, supposedly. Now we have to fill out all these applications in order to see if we qualify. Well, let me tell you this. My grandpa's road number is 173. Now I'm one of the original Creek citizens. We have a bunch of elders. I'm 62 years old now. My life is short from now on. Why aren't we going to go ahead and let these people stay in office here if they're not going to help us? That's what they came into the office saying. We're going to be for the people. Well, we are the people. Where are they at? Sitting up there in the office. They got all these policemen out here. Look at the police. That's where the money's going right there. New guns, new cameras, new vests, everything. Now we're hearing all this talk about Black Lives Matter. Creek Lives Matter. We are the Creek Indians. Not all of our people can be here today because they can't afford the gas, they can't afford the car payments, they can't afford to be here. Some of us got to speak up. I'm not a politician like Lisa. like Lisa said, I'm not a politician. I ain't never ran for nothing. But I did serve for this country. I don't get nothing out of it. I don't get no benefits. I don't get nothing. I'm 62 years old. I can't go up there and just get any job anymore. It don't work that way. We're Indians. Evidently, our chief, second chief, the council, they forget what real Indians are. Tell them to come out here and they can see the poor Indians.
I'm here because of what they so-called made a budget saying that we have to qualify for this COVID-19 relief fund. In order for the Creek Nation to get this fund, it's because of its citizens. They want to say that we have to fill out applications for this, for that, see if we qualify. Well, we qualify. If it hadn't been for us, we wouldn't have got the money. That's the bottom line. The money came to us. They give them the money to give to us, and it's not being done that way. We're having to pay for the casinos, paying for the insurance, paying for a bank bill. That don't have nothing to do with COVID. Now, the insurance paid the casinos for their loss. They made it all. They made it all back. Okay? They're saying about the essential workers. This for Creek employees only, evidently. My wife's a nurse. She ain't getting no relief out of that. They're saying she don't qualify. She's a full-blood Creek citizen. That's where the money comes to. It's supposed to come to us. $150 isn't going to get nothing. Can't pay no rent, can't pay the utilities. Some of us getting put out of our houses. We got other kids living with us. Where's the relief? We've all been affected. It's still going on today, and it's getting worse. There's another spike coming. They're saying it. How many we're going to lose before somebody does something that's supposed to be done right? They said that when they got in office, they was going to do right by the people. They're not doing right. Well, I hope they will reconsider what they have said and what they have put into law in their budget, and hopefully they'll come to work for their citizens. We are the people. They want to talk about Black Lives Matter, about this and about that. What about us Indians? Nobody says nothing about the Indians. They ain't doing nothing for us. Get an opportunity to do it, and they don't want to do it. They want to do something else. Put the money back. Hold it back for this. Hold it back for that. That's not what it was for. It's not what it's for. That's all I have to say.
I say us vote them out, put some white half-breeds in there, quarter breeds. Hey, just not full bloods. That sign over there, you see that flag does not say nothing about full bloods that got more authority than the rest of us. Well, they really don't. We're a tribe.
Exactly. A nation.
We're a nation, and we should not stand for this much no longer.
We're not going to. That's why we're here.
I think we should throw them out.
Throw them out.
All of them. I mean, every one of them working up there.
I'm here because I'm sick and tired of funds being misappropriated in the Creek Nation. Mvskoke Creek Nation has had a history of embezzling and misappropriating funds and lining everybody's pocket and taking care of those only who they want to take care of. If you got friends and relatives in that complex, you can get anything you want. If you don't, good luck. My wife applied for assistance on contract health and got denied 8 times. All we were asking was her copay. I have good insurance where I work. We just needed some help with the copay. She had to have hip replacement. For a year and a half, she suffered. Finally, I said, forget this. We went and got her surgery done. I'm making payments on the copay. I mean, the copay was only $2,000. It's not like we're asking for $1 million. They denied her for a year and a half, 8 times. But I have a cousin. He is getting treatment for Hep C that he doesn't even suffer having any symptoms of, and the thing is, it's costing him thousands and thousands of dollars at Hep C treatment. He didn't even have no symptoms. I mean, this is something that might happen later in life and might not. And it's because, why do they pick and choose who they help? And that's the way they have always been. I want a recall of the National Council. I want a recall election for the National Council. That's what I'm asking. I want to get rid of the same old, the same people in the same attitude that's been in there ever since. I want to get rid of that. I want to get some younger people in there, some people who are more, that will listen to us, and not just help their friends. I talked to Proctor, my councilman. I talked to him, and he couldn't even tell me where without checking his email, he couldn't even tell me where the money was going. He said, well, it's going into programs. I said, what programs? Well, I had to check my email. And, he just didn't even have the answers I wanted. And, we're all tired of it.
We are the people. We are the native people. We finally making a stand like we always should have. Make a stand. We're making an honest, truthful stand for the Native American Indian people. May God help us through this all. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless the people. Bless the people. We are the people. May God have mercy upon our chief and all that organization within the building. They're looking pretty. They're looking nice. They put in thousands, hundreds of thousands to the white people, building their schools, building bridges, building a highway for them while we are slacking. It takes 3 years for glasses, 3 years for teeth, 5 years for this, 3 years for that. We are hoiled back. It was $280 million compared to what? They just say there's 90,000 creeks. What's $90,000 compared to $282 million? If they gave $1,000 a piece to 90,000, that ain't nothing. That's nothing.
Now, how has the coronavirus affected me? Just like it affected you, 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 just like it affected you. That's how it affected me. I'm no different than anybody else. You're no different than me. It affected you. Your kids had to go stay home from school. You had to homeschool in. You had to go out and buy groceries, and everybody's what's the word for raising prices on price gouging. And it's getting worse. You could buy a can of Lysol for $2. Now, $17. That's how it's affected me. Now, I live south of Holdenville. And the road, they have a new road going from Holdenville to Spalding, and then it stops. Hey, what about everybody across the bridge there? That's other things. That area south of Holdenville has been fighting pandemic and bureaucracies for more than 100 years. So if you live in that area, you know what I'm talking about. Now, if I live South Tulsa, I'm going to be driving a new car. I'm going to be driving in a new creek home. And when they send out this relief fund, I'm sure South Tulsa's zip code is going to be the first area to get their money. That's what it's going to be, and then it's going to trickle down south. And then when it gets to Spalding, it's probably going to stop. That's probably what's going to happen. And I think they're talking about these guidelines that you have to go through. Well, this is what I think is the only qualification right here. If you got a tribal card, if you have a tribal card, you should qualify. Just like the people in South Tulsa, just like the people in south of Holdenville, and people in this whole area. And this should be the only qualification that you have in order to get this relief fund. Because you're no different than anybody else. That's just the way it is. The only way that we can fight this is just like this. You come out here and you tell everyone, hey, I don't like what's going on here. That's your voice. That is the only voice you have. Mvskoke media, they're going to talk about somebody that's some relative of a bureaucrat that graduated from college and got a doctorate, a medical doctorate, and they're going to come down here and get these jobs that they earned. They got a free ride all the way down. But if you go down to south of Holdenville, you had to leave that area in order to survive. You had to move to Oklahoma City in order to live in poverty with everyone else. With all the poor people in Oklahoma City, you had to live with them because that's a survival town. The whole town of Oklahoma City is just like South Tulsa. They don't know who you are. You're just a number. So what we're doing now, if you look in your history book, the last stand for the Creek people was Horseshoe Bend. This is our Horseshoe Bend. You guys got to come back out and you got to be talking to these people.
I feel all lives matter. Black, Creek, white, all lives matter. When they get to heaven one of these days, when God come down here one of these days, and you see that all of us, no matter what color you are a child of his. He don't want you to discriminate color of any kind. My grandmother's roll number was 198, but look at my skin. People call me the N-word all the time when I come out here to Creek Nation trying to get some type of assistance. But I am Creek as well, and I claim mine, and I vote. And any time that you get them sending you mail 2 and 3 times a week, why do they need my address? They already got it. Exactly. And it comes time to vote, they will send you mail. They will flood your mailbox with mail, wanting you to vote for them. So I'm saying, you have my address, put my check in the mail. You know it's right. You know that we deserve it. You know everybody has been affected by this. Not just one person, not just a few people, not just the ones that got laid off, because they getting their money, they getting their unemployment, plus they getting $600 extra a week. So give us our money. It's not too much to ask. We appreciate you. We do what you want us to do, but now it's your turn to show it to us. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Chief Hill out here, and he's going to say a few things, and he could probably answer some of the questions that y'all may have concerning the budgets on this act. So, without further ado, here's Chief Hill, and we thank him, Mado, for coming out. Here comes Second Chief Beaver.
How's everybody doing? Good, good. Well, I apologize took it late. I had a cabinet meeting and had 2 other meetings, but we tried to get out here as soon as we could. As you know, we had certain guidelines. There's four columns that we had to send in. I don't know if you're aware of it, but we had to send in our enrollment, expenses from last year, land base, and employees. We had to turn all those information in within probably a week and a half. And once we received it, I had to make sure, because we had 3 payments. Knowing the government, I wanted to make sure that's what we received. We had 3 different payments of, I want to say it's $93 million. Just to make sure, I called the other tribal leaders, and another tribal leader had 4 different payments. So we was wanting to make sure before we get called from the government, and then took 2 of them back. So once that was confirmed, I did form a team to review this, see what's the best way, staying within the guidelines that they sent us. And, well, there's a lot that came into this. As you know, the casino was shut down 2.5 months, and that's where we generate a lot of revenue from on our other program. That isn't on that one. Now, we did the flood. We did the flood. Now, we did file a lawsuit on the insurance. Still haven't heard anything. Our Attorney General did do that, along with Chickasaw Nation and a couple other nations. Still haven't heard anything. But, again, and we posted this on our Facebook, just so that everyone could see. And the team that we had cabinet members, some legislative, some council members on there to see what was the best way. I did review it again, and last Friday I did call one of the cabinet members and social services acting director come in and review it again. And the one that's 150, we're going to move that up to 500 per person in household. Well, the one that didn't, they lost their jobs. You know, they can apply for that, which will be $1,500. And just trying to be fair with everyone.
You got some of us out here that are struggling. You know, people look at me and say my body is healthy. You know, I had a heat stroke, and during this pandemic, I'm not able to find a job. Here. I'm not able to find a job. You got employees that's talking on FB because we are out here struggling. They got them talking on FB saying we have jobs. What happens to the money that are non-native employees at the casinos? They got that money as well. We are still out here struggling. We can't even get no commodities because of where we live. We cannot get food stamps because of the area we live. We do not have this, and you talk about $500, $1,000. What makes a nation? It's the people that makes the nation. It's those ceremonial grounds that makes the people to have a nation. This is what we are here for as well. You talk about what did you qualify for to get that money?
Our roll numbers?
Exactly.
And saying that we were in distress from COVID.
I apologize for yelling, but it's from my heart, and it's the exact way how I feel, and I'm glad that you're able to hear me.
Are there any other questions?
My name is Leslie, and I work for the United States Postal Service. Yes, I do have a job. Yes, I am an essential employee. But I am 62 years old, diabetic. I have to put my life out there every day. And you're going to tell me I'm only maybe eligible for $500 or $150? That's not fair to me, because I don't get to see my family. I stay away from them, so I don't give it to them. My son also works because he's an essential employee. He stays away from me. We don't even contact with one another or see each other because we're trying to make sure we don't give it to each other. We have to go to work every day stressed. Yes, I am affected by it because I worry about if my co-workers decided to go out to eat or go visit their family, that they might bring it to me. That is my stress, and that is my hazard every day.
And you are one of the vulnerable based off of your diabetes, your age, and being native. High risk.
The people on vacation. So I think I deserve a little bit more than $150.
Or 500. Or 500, but you don't qualify because you still have a job for the 1,500.
Also, I don't live in the boundaries. Every time I try to come to get assistance from the tribe, they always tell me I don't live in the boundaries. I pay for my own college. I pay for my own house. Everything I accomplished in my life, I did it on my own.
Again, we had to decrease a lot of the other programs we had into health. I did talk to Mr. Terry. There are some areas that we did delete to increase this to where each family member will get 500 based on if it's related to the COVID. If you're related to the COVID incident, you're allowed to apply. Yeah, it's right.
If we get hit by the Navajo, like the Navajo, lose all of our elders, then what?
Yes, I agree. I was affected by just buying groceries.
Yeah.
But
What about us?
I know
If you were suffering, we were suffering worse.
You can't give us 1,000 each.
Well, this is the first go round.
That's what I'm saying. You have a second distribution, but the chief said if
If it allows in the budget, they will try to send out a second round of 500 come around September. But that's, you said if. That's the big word there.
Right.
And so that word gets us thinking that you're going to give us this $500 and that's it. And we stimulated you, we released you, that's it. And I'm saying we don't want to wait till September. We want $1,000 now. We want $1,000 per citizen, if you have a roll number and you're enrolled in this tribe, we want $1,000. They didn't sit there and question you when they gave you $1,200 or your kids. They sent them out in the mail. They said, and I understand the paper trail that we got it and feel like that, but we feel out of $382.2 million and on the fact that you have more funds coming in that 1,000 each isn't gonna do nothing. It isn't gonna hurt y'all to give us 1,000 each when y'all have never given us nothing.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The only problem is we can't do a per cap.
Nobody's calling it per cap.
Okay. All right. So by the law, then we have to assume that there's some type of hardship, right?
We are all in
Okay. That's why we said we're looking into the second round. Okay.
I think we don't have the first round. We want to relief now.
Okay.
And then when y'all get that second round, then y'all allowed to do. We want our government to be stable. We want our casinos to be stable. We put so much money into them. We don't want to see them fail. We want to see our citizens treated as we are. We are the nation. We are the reason why y'all received the COVID-19 relief from the government was for the people, for the nation. It didn't say relieve the casinos first. It didn't say relieve the medical staff and all the employees first. It said the nation. Okay? And the nation comprises of the people that make the nation. And that's why we want our relief. We want what we deserve that the federal government allotted to us. We were awarded the second largest sum out of all the tribes, and you want to throw us $500. No, 1,000 each, and I feel we will feel justice. We will feel justified. We'll be able to take care of our families until the HEROES Act passed, or whatever else passed, if we even have a HEROES Act or a second stimulus round. Who says that we are? We are the most vulnerable, being Native American. We are the top 3 minorities affected next to Hispanics and African Americans. We are fighting for our lives. And you are sitting here putting us down and oppressing us. We want 1,000 each, and that's what we want.
1,000 each.
1,000 each.
Okay.